This is Kurena Ishikawa.
Someday.
I stumbled across Ishikawa through a YouTube recommendation for her off-the-wall cover and was immediately captivated by her unique rendition of the song. The seamless coordination of her vocals and bass playing was truly astonishing, especially for someone like me, unfamiliar with the intricacies of jazz. This introduction not only opened my eyes to the complexities of jazz music, but made me fall in love with her distinct artistic portrait. Who is Kurena? Kurena Ishikawa, in my opinion, presents a unique worldview expressed through her masterful bass playing and crystalline vocals. Introduced to jazz by her father's passion for the electric bass, she delved into the genre during high school, having been inspired by Stevie Wonder. Initially hesitant about jazz, she found its allure in the spontaneity of live performances and practically grew up immersed in the different legendary artists from the record label Motown, which is known for its signature sound blending R&B, pop, and soul. Also encouraged by her father, she embraced the bass, honing her skills by ear, even slowly gaining the ability to mimic iconic tunes on a borrowed Stingray electric bass. However, figures in the Japanese music scene such as Seiji Kameda, and Ringo Shiina also helped shape her musical palette. Ishikawa then navigated the challenges, eventually creating her bass lines and forging her identity in the realm of jazz. Her journey continued at the Kunitachi College of Music, where she refined her craft and developed the concept of singing while playing the bass. A turning point occurred when an instructor encouraged Ishikawa to intertwine the bass line while singing the melody, thereby enhancing her musical awareness. Post-graduation, Ishikawa ventured into singing, drawn to the English language and its soulful style. Her decision to take lessons post-university not only reflected her commitment to growth, but also introduced her to the nuance of English lyrics and soulful vocal deliveries. Her breakthrough came with Makoto's Ozone From Ozone Till Dawn, a project spotlighting Japan's emerging jazz talent. This collaboration marked a significant milestone in her career, showcasing her prowess alongside the next generation of Japanese jazz musicians. On March 22, 2023, Kurena Ishikawa unveiled her 34-minute-long debut LP, a self-titled collection of 6 songs, which was released under the prestigious Verve Records, a label synonymous with iconic artists like Antonio Carlos Jobim, Frank Zappa, and the Velvet Underground.
If you close the door, the night could last forever.
An astonishing feat given the rarity of the label's trademark being used for new artists outside the United States. The LP is a harmonious half-and-half blend of original compositions and cover songs. In my opinion, Ishikawa's intent is clear: to authentically showcase her life through this diverse collection of tracks. The album kicks off with Wasp, a 6-minute jazz ensemble that sets the tone for the entire musical journey. The piece introduces rich tones blending intricate melodies with a dynamic rhythm, establishing a sonic landscape that defines the album. Named after the Australian spotted jellyfish, Ishikawa drew inspiration from a video showcasing its beauty and the paradox of its ferocious venom. While listening to this piece, I can see that this juxtaposition becomes a slight metaphor embedded in the music, in which the bombardment of all these musical instruments and the intricacies create a beauty of a song that, when I close my eyes, I can see majestic sea wasps propelling themselves in the ocean, despite knowing its dangers. Sea Wasp remained unfinished until the day of recording. Ishikawa entered the studio with no predetermined sound, engaging in unplanned sessions while refining the composition. This unpredictability added a layer of excitement and evolution to the track. The album then continues with a rendition of the late Chick Corea's 500 Miles High, a song deeply inspired by his legacy. Ishikawa actually met Korea at a live performance in her school, forging somewhat a connection towards him. The decision to reinterpret 500 Miles High arises from a desire to challenge artistic boundaries, particularly in arranging a waltz, inspired by the late Korea, stating that the process unfolds unexpectedly, amplifying the song's impact and capturing the collective energy of all involved, which transpired into one of the most beautiful and heartwarming renditions of a song I've ever heard. In the third track of the album, we encountered another rendition, that being Stevie Wonder's Bird of Beauty, a song that holds a special place in Ishikawa's heart. The choice to cover this piece was deeply rooted in her admiration for Stevie Wonder, tracing back to childhood memories of her father's car resonating with the soulful tunes of Wonder's music. Ishikawa's affinity for Wonder's albums such as First Finale and Songs in the Key of Life further emphasized the major influence of Stevie Wonder in the album. Sung in both English and Portuguese, Kurena introduces an intriguing interplay, a unique interpretation that adds a distinctive touch to the cover in my opinion. The fusion of jazz and Brazilian music becomes a pivotal aspect of Kurena's bass playing approach in this piece. It's a unique and generally good cover, that's all I can say about it. The fourth track of the album, Olea, unfolds as a beautifully melancholic composition that resonates with the artist's desire to encapsulate the nuance of daily life through music. The inspiration for this song stemmed from Makoto's Ozone for Someone. And its impactful refrain, sparking her aspiration to create a piece that mirrored such emotional depth. The choice to place the bass at the forefront of the melody underscores Ishikawa's intention to convey a personal narrative through their chosen instrument. This deliberate decision adds a unique texture to Olea, enhancing its emotional impact and allowing the bass to articulate the intricate emotions embedded in the song. I would say that this track finds Ishikawa's storytelling in the album at its most vulnerable and emotional, even without any lyrics. In the fifth track of the album, we encounter another unique rendition of Off the Wall that has been popularized by YouTube, which I'm sure you've seen this pop up somewhere in your recommendations once or twice before. As we delve into this jazz-infused interpretation, one intriguing element catches my attention, the first note in the riff. There's a subtle alteration between being flat and hitting the note dead on, appearing that Kurena might be intentionally alternating between a flat and precise hit on the first note. This fluctuation creates a dynamic effect, possibly emulating a slide or glissando. It's a technique that injects a sense of expressiveness and fluidity into the riff, adding a distinctive touch to the performance. Interestingly, this rendition also draws inspiration from Cyrilla Amy's arrangement of the same song.
We're the party people night and day, living crazy, that's the only way. So
All in all, Off the Wall becomes more than just a track. It transforms into a canvas for Ishikawa's artistic expression. The final track of the album, No One Knows, stands as a poignant and impactful culmination of Ishikawa's creative journey. Inspired by Akio Fujimoto's film Along the Sea, Ishikawa delves into the challenging experiences faced by three women and their narratives. Marked by harsh conditions and the necessity to conceal their identities in the film, No One Knows unfolds as a narrative-driven composition, a departure from the other songs written for the album. revealing that this particular track was penned about a year prior to the rest of the album. The film, while fictional, draws from true stories, serving as a medium to shed light on the harsh realities faced by those navigating the challenges of technical internships. Being moved by the emotional impact of witnessing these struggles, she felt compelled to immortalize the experience through the lyrics of No One Knows. In conclusion of our exploration into Kurena Ishikawa's artistic portrait and music, her remarkable ability to coordinate vocals and bass playing is nothing short of an astonishing feat, leaving listeners like me in awe of the seamless fusion of her musical talents. Reflecting on her potential under the Verve label, it becomes evident that Ishikawa is poised to shine as an upcoming star, perhaps joining the ranks of iconic artists in the label as she finds herself surrounded by a cloud of musical brilliance. In a jazz landscape saturated with myriad sounds and styles, Ishikawa's album stands out as a gem. Admittedly, I'm not the wisest person when it comes to the knowledge of jazz, but this album has proven to be an exceptional discovery. Its ability to captivate, innovate, and evoke emotions speaks to Ishikawa's mastery and the timeless allure of her composition. One thing is clear: Kurena Ishikawa is not just a remarkable entrance, it's a statement.